So let it be written. So let it be done. This is Tabletop Terrors, and this is a quick offhand attack because I wanted to talk about a couple of quick things. The first thing is I've been feeling pretty sick these last couple of days, and I'm hopped up on like Theraflu and stuff like that, but my throat is killing me. So I've got a couple of live streams planned. I think that after this I'm going to start doing them more regularly again, but I keep saying that and things keep coming up. But I've been free this week, honestly. Instead, I've spent my lunches just working on Dead Man's Guide and stuff, because even now, like, my throat's hurting to kind of talk. I've got a fresh hot Theraflu in me and some airborne, but anyway, so the streams will continue. I also snuck away home on my lunch the other day and did one from my setup, and that was actually pretty good to do, like, short streams, like 10 or 15 minute streams. I think that's great. I also think I made the decision that offhand attacks, these sort of just, hey, let's talk, let's just chit chat, I think I'm gonna try keeping those to Facebook, and then daily damage, more like topics where we go through things and talk. I think I'm gonna do that stuff on YouTube. I'm not sure, we'll kind of see, but it's very bright and sunny, and I'm driving, so I can't look. I don't know if anyone's even watching at this point, or if they will, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about depression, because it's a very real thing, and it's something that I used to struggle with. I haven't struggled with it in a long time, and hopefully, that is something that gives you hope if you struggle with depression. The other thing is that it's a very real thing, and it's debilitating. And it can feel, when I had it anyway, it felt like I was wrong for having it, which is kind of weird to say. And maybe everyone doesn't feel that way. But I just want to say that one of the biggest things that helped me with my depression, I even think the cause of it really was that I wasn't creating consistently. So I would feel, it was weird, I'd feel these things inside of me that I wanted to make, and then I wouldn't make them, and it created this morose atmosphere, this really like toxic feeling of worthlessness. And so I wanted to say very specifically to you that, I want to encourage you to create, and I want to tell you that you have worth and you have value, and that the things that you create need to exist, and there's a quote that I've used before, and it's, unused creativity is not benign. And I really feel that. I feel that if you have this creativity and you don't funnel it or focus it or show it to other people and use it, I really believe that it inwardly can become toxic. And so I want to just encourage you. That's what the Absolute Tabletop group is for. That's what Tabletop Terrors is all about. I mean, we don't come right out and say it, but we keep a very positive channel for a reason. We do really, really, really believe that everyone can be more creative. We really do. And I think that there are scads of benefits from that. You feel great about yourself. You get to share it. Other people tell you that they like what you did. It's not all roses. It's very hard work. It is. Especially if you want to create something that's, that you're putting out there. Other people are going to critique it, and that's okay. But, I believe that the original intent of human beings has a great deal to do with being creative. So, I just wanted to tell you all that I'm sick, I'm getting better, and, oh my gosh, there's 11 people watching. But, I also want to just encourage you and let you know that if you're ever depressed, then there are people here, man. There are people who are ready to listen, and you don't have to be alone in that. And so check out the Absolute Tabletop Facebook group. It's probably the most positive group on the internet I've ever been a part of. Check out Tabletop Terrors. Whoa, I had to dodge, there was stuff in the road, so I had to drive on the bumpy wake you up part of the interstate. But check out Tabletop Terrors. What do I mean? I mean, message us on Facebook. We tend to respond pretty quickly. And just be creative. I think for me, one of the biggest pitfalls I would fall into is I would murder ideas way too soon. So I'd start writing and I'd expect things to be perfect right away, and so I'd be like, this is horrible, and then I'd throw it away, I'd feel worthless, and then that creativity stayed benign within me. So then I would kind of just sink into myself, and I'd go and I'd watch a movie or read a comic book and so on until I got inspired again, and then the cycle would repeat, and it was vicious and it was terrible. And so I just want to say that I understand too that all depression is different. I'm not a doctor, but I'm a friend. And I'm here to tell you that we're around, you know, continue to create, continue to share, continue to fight it as best you can in your own ways. Josh Glisson is here. Rob Coletta is here. Nathan Thurston. Alan Holloway is here. Alan Holloway says, I'm taking Tamiflu. Yeah, man, I gotta get on that. Drake Warren is here. Drake Warren says, morning, brother. Good morning. Sean DeJazo is here. Let's see. Craig Crashley Smith says, been there and still struggle now. People don't get that it feels different for everyone, and just because you smile outside doesn't mean you're smiling inside. Everyone needs some support sometimes. Exactly. That's a very true statement, is that on the inside you can feel like everything's wrong, and it's sunny on the outside. And that's, to me, that's dangerous, you know? Anyway, it's dangerous if you don't handle it properly. I'm not a specialist. I'm just someone who went through this myself. And to me, I found that it was directly linked with creativity. That's not going to be everybody. And again, I'm not a doctor, and I don't want to downplay or belittle anybody else's situation that's different than mine. But a key for me was truly expressing myself creatively. And when you do it, you get better at it. It's a skill. And so you begin to create, and then after you create, you critique, and then you create and you critique, and you so on and so on. And that's how you get better. That's how you become, I think, adept at it. And so to me, and again, I just want to give you hope, not to gloat, but those days are long in the past for me. They're long in the past. But there were days that I would call in sick to work and just lay on my couch. Not because I was lazy, but because I felt like this weird sense of worthlessness. And what I was able to do is tie it to the fact that I wasn't actually creating what I feel like was in me to create. And it was benign. It was toxic and rotting inside me. So I just wanted to share this. I wanted to give everybody, you know, a positive, I don't even know what to call it, you know, but a message, I guess. But just a note out there saying, hey, it's pretty normal to feel what you're feeling if you're not, I don't know. It's just, do what you need to do to take care of yourself is my main thing. Don't ever feel like you're alone. Don't ever feel like you can't talk to myself, the people in the Absolute Tabletop Facebook group. Steve Roberts says, I needed to hear that, man. Sam DeMercurio here is Garth Sinistett. Garth, how do I say your last name? I'm going to meet you in person. I should know this. Chris Wilhelm is here. I am going to wrap it up. I got to walk into work. I'm about 7 minutes late because we're potty training my daughter, and she told me she had to do pee-pee on the potty right as I was leaving. And I thought, you know what? I am going to have her decide to have her do pee-pee on the potty. And then while I was out, I stopped and got some more Theraflu. But anyway, I'm sick. You probably won't see me streaming for the next couple days. I'm just kind of trying to get over it. But yeah, we're here. Tabletop Terrors is here. And perhaps something that can help you in your depression is being creative and sharing it. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a specialist, but give it a shot. The Absolute Tabletop group or the Tabletop Terrors Facebook page. But anyway, love you guys. Have a great day. Make it a good one. We're here for you. You're not alone. And until next time, may your dice roll high.